Okay, great afternoon. Let me get back over here to YouTube. So I had a question that was asked. Well, it looks like YouTube is down. YouTube is down. But I think I remember the question. It was basically, one was asking about, gurus realized that are supposed to be realized, can they fall? Okay. And they were citing Sai Baba for one and Muktananada for another one. Okay. So, let me go ahead and answer that. Now, Sai Baba, we know that he says he was realized, but what was he doing? Okay, he was having sex with the young men and falsely doing magic tricks with saying he's apporting rings and apporting this and apporting that, and it was shown to be all totally bogus. They found the place where he was having all these rings made, etc., etc. And so, these are not the actions of a realized being, number one. Okay? Now, when it comes to Muktananada, yes, he had Kundalini awakening. But let me tell you what was going on with Muktananada. Living in India, I happened to meet and get to speak with the guy whose father was with Nityananda just before he passed. And Nityananda told them that he was going to leave the body. Okay? Now, I'm not talking about Nityananda, the dress-up king in India. I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about Nityananda the Avadut, okay? But what did Nityananda the Avadut say? He told this guy's father that I'm leaving the body because there's no one here that's genuine. Everybody's coming, just gimme. Not one of them has come for the right reason, okay? Not one, okay? And what did Muktananada say? Oh, Nityananda has come to him in a dream and told him to be a guru. Well, that's not true. What Nityananda told him was, he's got a Kundalini awakening. He says, go away from people, go out there and do your practices. Okay? So no, he was not pronounced and proclaimed a guru by Nityananda. This is his fantasy that he wanted to tell people. Yes, he had a Kundalini awakening, okay? And maybe he had some glimpse. But from the actions, what happens is if somebody has a glimpse of the reality and they come back and they reroute, the mind reroutes, they go back into ego, and they can talk about it. They can talk about the reality, but they are not truly liberated beings, okay? That's the way that works. You could be maybe in Turiya, but you're not in Turiyatita. Turiyatita, if you get into Turiyatita, you do not fall again because the mind has stopped. There are no more thoughts. You are in direct consciousness without obstructions. That one does not fall again. Okay? The one that falls is the one that's never really truly been there in earnest. They've had a glimpse, they can talk about it. Okay? But their mind is still running. They are still caught up. They are still caught up in different things, okay? So, who has proclaimed them as realized anyway? Okay? And from the actions that are taking place and what you're saying about Muktananada and the girls and his, his appendage, and let me say another thing you were asking about was, well, what about the things that happen? What about healings? What about, it's your faith that has made you whole. Your faith can make you whole. And maybe you're attributing it to there. Because maybe you have enough faith there. Okay, you placed your faith there and you have enough faith that opens up for a healing or something miraculous to take place. It's the faith that makes one whole. Okay, so that's how that can happen. That's how that can happen. But no one that is a genuine realized being is going to fall. The fall takes place again is if you have been in like a nirvikalpa samadhi and you've tasted it, but you don't come out and stay in a nirvikalpa sahaj, you don't stay in turiyatita, you come back out of it. And in order for it to be realization, moksha, liberation, one stays like Ramana says. They're asking him in one point about being in a trance, and he says, well, the trance is your natural state. Okay? That still mind, that quietude is a natural state. Okay? That's your real state. The divine is consciousness without occlusions. But the mind is the occluding factor, the divisionary. It projects the divisionary world, okay? And your attachment to form and mind, emotion, etc., keep one in bondage. Keep one in bondage. So I hope this has explained it. Thank you for your question. And I'll see you online. And I hope there's no cognitive dissonance because I've decided to put Ramana again back up here behind me. Okay? And like he says, you do it where you're at. Okay? I'm not going to change who I am, how I dress, because there's somebody out there that gets their nose out of joint because of it, okay? And again, consciousness does not care what you're wearing. It does not care if you're white, green, black, red, yellow. It doesn't care what color you are. You could be purple. It doesn't matter, okay? Consciousness, that which is unoccluded, is what's important, not about what you look like, what you wear, where you're born. None of that makes a difference. What makes a difference is your journey through consciousness. Okay, so love and light. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you online.